to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me When I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, we are in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They coming off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar. For these guys, their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks standing at 6'5".
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Pittsburgh. Go.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So that'll back them up 5. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Oh, he shifts past him. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. First carry for Nick Chubb. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. There to stop him, Terrell Edmunds. So here's the starting 11, and the human highlight reel, Odell Beckham Jr., watch out for him.
One of the few guys in the league that gets you and I out of our hotel rooms early to get here for pregame warm-ups and watch him go through his routine. He's absolutely amazing catching the football.
From the 24, Mayfield. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Well, that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield over the middle, and it's incomplete. Nick Chubb, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. If this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 68 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
8 read.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They'll run here with John Kelly. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Ready?
Now Kelly. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
70, Indy.
Here's Jones. Off play action. Got a man open. It's Ross.
We got this. Clear. 91.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man is Ross, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Madison. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? That's caught by Kelly. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And you can see they've already clinched the AFC North. As it stands, of course, they would still need to host a game on Wild Card Weekend. But we always talk about coaches saying we want to win that division, and that's the key thing, right?
You're exactly right. Win the division. That's where it all starts. That's how you construct your team each and every year. How are we going to win our division? What's it going to take? What type of team do we need to have? Then once you get that accomplished, you're hosting the 1st round. You're hosting the wild card. So you tell your fans, come on out and support us here. Let's use this as a springboard for a deep run.
Chubb with a carry on 1st down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 18 carries, 83 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Mayfield. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Come on, set. 10 logo. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Deep rip.
Throwing on first down. Jones. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
With the score, Steelers 3, Browns nothing.
You ready?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Oh, here we go.
Back to the ground on first down. Here's Madison. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
10 too soft.
He was brought down by
51.
a gain of a yard. Brings up
They'll run with Madison. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. And the Steelers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing, Jones. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Jones heading up here 1st and 10, and he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Going on the ground with Madison. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd down now, it's Kellen, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Break. 52 to Miles. Check 52 to Miles. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Ready? Come on here. Come get some.
Here's Madison. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go. The Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Jones. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Jones heading up here 1st and 10, and he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. Draw play, Madison. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. On 2nd down, it's Keller, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Short little throw to Ebron. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, now this from 43. Boswell's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's not like you're going negative on me,
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Throwing, Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
You think you gonna get this? Go.
Now we give to Madison. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Jones now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Madison. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jones. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Jones now operating from the gun. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. Here's Jordan Berry now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
So that's going to push him back half the distance.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Mayfield on first down, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Give that quarterback, D-line. Give that quarterback, D-line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Mayfield now and finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. To throw again on second down. Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. Play fake. Mayfield. And it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Now Jones on first down. Ebron with it over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. It is the final weekend of the regular season, final day of the calendar year as well. A lot of action to update you on, so let's get right to it. We'll start up at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo. And it's the Bills who lead that one late in the second quarter. Josh Allen has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Chubb on the counter, and an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Chubb. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield looks to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
First down, Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Jones to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was what's commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Throwing right, and that's complete. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Here we go.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis.
What we got?
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Mayfield now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
180.
On 2nd and 7. Mayfield. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And again, it's Chubb. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Now Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Moss. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
All day, every day.
He'll give it to Chubb, and he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't it? Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 2. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. Jones now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Another carry now for Madison. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Here's Jones on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones is going to find his running back. It's complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Some good gains going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, Jones. He's got his man. It's Andrews. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he connects with Ebron. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week. but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
Jones now throwing on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. Second and 13. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally throw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. On second and 10, Mayfield. The Browns on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is third and 9.
82's moving. I got you.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. On second and 9. Jones got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Ready? 50. Mike 50. In your face. Ready? 1, 2.
Here's a give to Madison running right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
8-3.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Able to shake him off. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Barry on the punt as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The Browns on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Mayfield. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Jones off the play fake. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And it would appear he's going to be short of a 1st down as he's stopped right around the 29.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on for the 5th time here today. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cummings.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You don't want no problem. You don't want no problem with me.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And the Steelers set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
They can't stop us.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield and the offense now. Down by 5. 1:53 remaining. A chance to end this season with a bang as they come up with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Going to run with Madison again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they take a knee. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 15. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Pittsburgh, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.